Hi students, welcome to this new video on Aristotle's theory of catharsis presented by Dr. Prabha Patil, Vivekanand College, Kolhapur. Friends, what are Aristotle's views on the nature of representation? What is meant by catharsis? Is suffering necessary to the tragic plot? Which aspects of his theory seem to you valuable while reading literature or watching films? How relevant is Aristotle's theory of catharsis in today's scenario? There are n number of questions. Scholars are still debating what Aristotle meant when he introduced the idea of catharsis. Here is the kaleidoscopic exploration on relevance of Aristotle's theory of catharsis in today's scenario. Contents, objectives, brain teasers, introduction, about Aristotle, about poetics, tragedy, definition, tragedy, characteristics, theory of catharsis, interpretations of catharsis, relevance of catharsis in today's scenario, conclusions, and references. The objectives are to present a wide range of idea and approach towards the concept of catharsis, to know how literature provides strong emotional experiences that ultimately result in a sense of purification, to understand how catharsis is used to describe emotional release through all types of art, to know how emotional release can be an important therapeutical tool for coping with fear, depression, anxiety, and such other feelings, to explain catharsis that have some aspects of meanings like purgation, intellectual clarification, and purification. Brain teasers. This presentation is an attempt made to seek the answers of the questions like how relevant is Aristotle's theory of catharsis in today's world? How Aristotle's famous definition of the tragedy addresses the resolution of the tragedy through the emotions of pity and fear that beget catharsis. How the incidence of tragic event contributes to the development of values, virtues, and eventually the common good. Can aestheticization of violence be achieved through catharsis? Introduction. Aristotelian theories of mimesis and catharsis are universal and timeless. Theory of catharsis did not die with Aristotle. The Aristotelian scholarship has not lost its relevance, and in fact, it has become more pertinent in today's world as an effective tool in contemporary literature, fine arts, digital media, journalism, film, television, and even video games. Catharsis involves the change of extreme emotion to lead to internal restoration and renewal. About Aristotle. Aristotle was an ancient Greek philosopher and the disciple of Plato. He is the founder of literary criticism. His intellectual range was vast, covering most of the sciences and arts. He made significant and lasting contributions to nearly every aspect of human knowledge, from logic to biology to ethics and aesthetics. Dante called him the master of those who know. About poetics. Literary experts commonly believe that Aristotle wrote Poetics as a response to Greek philosopher Plato's negative framing of poets and poetry in the Republic. Aristotle uses the word poetics to include a range of artistic work that in modern times would be classified as poetry, drama, and theatre. Aristotle has not only defended poetry as an art form but also described the constituent elements of tragedy in detail with its cathartic function. Most of Western thoughts owe their roots to the writings and teachings of Aristotle. Although fragmentary, poetics has left its mark on the development of Western literature and theatre. Tragedy, the definition. In Poetics, Aristotle defined tragedy as tragedy, then, is an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude, in the language embellished with each kind of artistic ornament, the several kinds of being found in separate parts of the play, in the form of action, not of narrative, through pity and fear, effecting the proper purgation, that is, catharsis of these and similar emotions. Characteristics. Aristotle has defined tragedy as the representation of a complete serious action through artistic language and dramatic representation which by means of pity and fear will bring about the purgation of such emotions. The key notions of the tragedy are praxis, mimesis, tragic hero, tragic error, tragic outcome, pity, fear, and catharsis. The first part of this definition is concerned with tragedy as an imitative art. The second part is concerned with the function of tragedy. Tragedy works in a twofold way. First, exciting the emotions of pity and fear, and then effecting an emotional cure. The essence of tragedy is the commitment of the tragic error that owes to a reversal of the hero's fortune, which leads to fearful and pitiable ills, the breakdown of relationships of friendship, and the loss of eudaimonia of the hero. The perception of tragedy through an intricate identification process arouses the emotions of pity and fear in the spectators who recognize, learn, and clarify the causality of the tragic error and its consequences. This process of catharsis eventually relieves them, motivates them to engage in virtuous actions. Praxis through which they develop virtues, restore the broken relationship, and achieve the telos of the tragedy. Theory of catharsis. Catharsis is undoubtedly a key concept in Aristotle's Poetics. The word catharsis was normally used in ancient Greece by doctors to mean purgation or by priests to mean purification. A catharsis is an emotional discharge through which a person can achieve a state of moral or spiritual renewal or a state of liberation from anxiety and stress. In tragedy, Aristotle uses it to talk about a purgation or purification of emotions aroused in a tragic performance. Presumably, this means that catharsis is a release of built up emotional energy, which, much like a good cry, but moreover, Aristotle, in his theory of catharsis, propounded aesthetics of balance in tragic beauty and tragic feelings. Catharsis established tragedy as a drama of balance. Sorrow alone would be ugly and repulsive. Beauty pure would be imaginative and mystical. These together constitute what may be called tragic beauty. Pity alone would be sentimentality. Fear alone would make us cowards. But pity and fear, sympathy and terror together constitute the tragic feeling. which is most delightful, though it is tearfully delightful. Interpretations of catharsis. Catharsis would be a common and basic aesthetic experience, but the very meaning of it has been a source of conflicting interpretations. Medical interpretation or purgation theory, psychological interpretation, purification theory, and clarification theory. Let us look at medical interpretation. In 19th century, one major way of looking at catharsis was to take it as a medical term transferred to poetic criticism. Cleansing in Hippocratic writings denotes the entire removal of healthy but surplus humours. Catharsis is the removal of afflictions or excesses and restore the balance. Besides, there was also the practice of curing madness through musical catharsis. The patients were made to listen to certain melodies, which made them fall back into their normal state as if they had undergone a medical or purgative treatment. Catharsis has been taken to be a medical metaphor, purgation, denoting a pathological effect on the soul analogous to the effect of medicine on the body. The process has been compared to homeopathic treatment with the like curing the like. The arousing of pity and fear results in the purgation of these emotions. In the neoclassical period, catharsis was interpreted in terms of allopathic treatment, like curing unlike. According to this interpretation, the arousing of pity and fear was supposed to bring about the purgation of other emotions and not such like emotions such as anger, pride, etc. The psychological interpretation of catharsis. Critics like Herbert Reed and F. L. Lucas consider catharsis to be a safety valve that provides outlet to excess emotions. Under this psychological explanation, tragedy is said to give a free outlet to the emotions of pity and fear, resulting in the feeling of emotional relief. According to I. Richards, emotion of pity is an impulse to advance, while fear is an impulse to withdraw. In tragedy, these two impulses are harmonized to balance emotional excess and bring relief and repose. However, the theory restricts the range of tragic emotions. It is applicable only for the emotions of pity and fear. Purification theory. Humphrey House opines that Aristotle has never used the concept of catharsis as a medical term. He has rather used it as a moral conditioning. It may be quantitative or qualitative change. The excess and defects in our emotions are purified to maintain a balance or equilibrium. Other critics of this period, like Butcher and Molyneux, have also agreed to the purification theory. Butcher observes that catharsis not only involves the idea of emotional relief but also the idea of purification of the emotions to be relieved. According to him, the poets found out how the transport of human pity and human fear might, under the excitation of art, be dissolved in joy and the pain escape in the purified tide of human sympathy. They stress the fact that a tragic experience, when portrayed on the stage, purifies the feeling of pity and fear of its morbid content. Clarification theory. Modern critics like Leon Golden, O.B. Hardison, and G.E. Ells were of the opinion that the earlier theories were occupied with the psychology of the audience. Aristotle was concerned with the nature and technique in which an ideal tragedy can be written rather than its psychological effects. These critics opine that catharsis refers to the tragic variety of pleasure because tragic events, being pitiable and fearful, produce pleasure in the spectator. While writing on imitative arts, Aristotle states that the pleasure is connected with learning and it does not come from joy alone. Even pictures of dead bodies or horrible and painful situations of man blinding himself or a wife killing her husband or a mother slaying her child can give pleasure if they are well executed. In real life, we would naturally dislike such unpleasant events, but in tragedy, they produce pleasure. This is tragic paradox, and such pleasures are peculiar and special to any art form. The clarification theory interprets the technique of the tragedy, relating to both the theory of imitation and to the discussion of probability and necessity. The clarification theory offers an intellectual clarification to catharsis that combines spiritual, clinical, and aesthetic effects of any art form, especially tragedy. Now, let us see the relevance of catharsis in today's scenario. The concept of catharsis is specific to literature, but the same principles may be applied generally to other forms of cathartic experience. The word catharsis can be used in reference to any experience of emotional release or cleansing brought about by a work of art. Catharsis has become more significant in today's world as an effective tool in contemporary literature, fine arts, digital media, journalism, film, television, and even video games. The large amount of violence in the mass media is often justified by the concept of catharsis. There is a common belief that playing violent video games or watching violent TV or movies allows people to vent their aggressive inclinations and therefore behave less aggressively after playing or watching. Contemporary research in psychology, philosophy, the social sciences, and the neurosciences exhibits various theoretical directions which suggest that emotions comprise several interwoven components like an object, perception of the object, intentionality, beliefs, cognition, assessment, deliberation, reasoning, judgment, feelings, and motivation to act. And they are influenced by psychological, physiological, and various contextual factors. Conclusions. The emotion driven learning process of catharsis clarifies the causality of the tragedy, motivates actions, purifies the commons of their ills, thus engendering their catharsis. Desmond Tutu feels that catharsis is about cleansing and healing at one and the same time, healing memories and attitudes, healing the spirit and the heart. The precise definition of catharsis has often been reinterpreted in literature throughout history, which reflects the concerns of contemporary society in trying to define emotional release. Thank you.